We welcome you back into 12th Man Studios for another episode of Higgins Hindsights. I'm Lexi Turnbow, and today I'm joined by men's golf head coach JT Higgins and sophomore golfer Chandler Phillips. Coach, the team just returned from the Golf Week Conference Challenge. Take me through some of the strengths that you saw them show.
Well, for the third week in a row, we had a chance to win. We were in contention. Gosh, even with 3 holes to go, you wouldn't know it from the final score. Kansas just really outplayed us coming down the stretch, but we were 3 shots back with 3 holes to go and had a really good chance to win. So that was positive. We're turning into one of the best putting teams in the country, which is great because we put a great emphasis on that over about the last year and a half. And I think the guys are really starting to see that we are a great putting team, and that's going to help us a lot coming down, especially at the end of the season when we get on some really tough golf courses and fast greens and tough pins. So that was really good. And Chandler winning was, 3 different guys winning a golf tournament in 3 different tournaments. I can't remember the last time we had 3 guys win in a single year, and to have 3 guys win the first 3 times out is really cool. So all those were some really good things.
So on the flip side, take me through some of the weaknesses. You had mentioned not finishing holes very well and playing on the par 5s is not up to your standards. Take me through some of that.
Those are definitely the things that stood out. We haven't finished very well at all year, and we are, we're still making that a point of emphasis. We're still working hard on it. I don't know whether we're putting a little too much pressure on it or whether we're thinking about it too much or whatever, but we're going to get where we're finishing the rounds off, and if we do that, then we'll actually win the golf tournaments. And then we need to get better as the tournament goes on. We've started off really fast, all 3 events, get off to a great start, put ourselves in great position, and we kind of get progressively weaker as it goes on. The par 5s is really frustrating because we have a really good ball striking team. We have guys that hit it pretty far. Chandler's the shortest player on the team, and he's actually our best par 5 player. But he keeps it in play off the tee, so he gives himself a chance to score, and that's where the problem's coming from. We have guys that are probably playing with a lot of fear and seeing the trouble, and they're guiding their shots and steering it instead of just letting it go and hitting it. And we've addressed that. I think that they're getting the idea of how to play with a little more confidence and make sure that they're hitting it where they want to be, not where they don't want to be. But that's just a learning, process and getting some experience and some maturity. Some young guys doing it, but I think we'll be okay because we do have guys that can attack par 5s.
You mentioned Chandler being such a strength. You're currently sitting 22nd in the nation. You finished first this past weekend, but you've been showing off all fall. What are some strengths of your game that make you able to succeed?
Pretty much my whole golf career, my short game's been really well, and this past weekend, it was on fire. If I missed a green, I had no worries. I was like, I'm gonna get this up and down. I'm not trying to play cocky or anything, but sometimes you gotta have that mentality out there to get through it and put yourself in a position to win the tournament. But other than that, I think I had 1 penalty shot off the tee, and it was just 1 bad swing. Really and truly, on the whole tournament. But other than that, everything else is pretty average. But my putting and short game was pretty solid.
In terms of a team, how good do you think that your team will be by the end of this season?
It's going to be scary. If we can just keep moving forward. Like Coach said, we've had 3 guys win the first 3 tournaments that we played this year. You put all 3 of those guys playing their best in one tournament, we could blow the field out. And I think that's just what we got to do. We got to get more consistent playing well all together instead of one guy this week playing good and then the others playing okay, average. And just we gotta figure out a way to do it all at once.
Coach, the team has a break until October 21st when you head to Georgia. You've both mentioned a lot playing with nerves. So how important is this break to kind of calm down those nerves? How are you going to work on that?
Yeah, it's nice that we finally get a chance to work on some things practice-wise because really we've just been playing golf. So qualifying in tournaments, getting out on the golf course. So this is a chance to work on some physical flaws and some fundamentals and get those back to where their strength. And that gives you some confidence. But you still have to take those things onto the golf course. And so we've got some guys that haven't done that. They look great in practice, and then they get in the tournament, and it's not translating. But more time to work on those things. Really, hone in on our short games. Make sure that that's a strength, because if you're not hitting it well, then you still need to be able to score. And so we're working hard on short game, working hard on wedges, working hard on trying to play from pin high, and get the ball to the hole, those kind of things. But we've got some time, which is nice, and we start qualifying again next week. But now we get a little time to catch up on school and get everything straight.
Well, thank you both for your time, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.